Commence primary ignition.
Hey there friends, fans, and collectors. Welcome to another episode of Binary Sunset Review. Today we're taking a look at the Ahsoka Tano and Grogu Deluxe Vintage Collection set. Let's get going.
The Force is what gives him his powers. It is an energy field, created by all living things.
Hit the subscribe button below to stay on the forefront of the best Star Wars news and reviews as soon as I make them. Comment below and help grow our community. Thanks so much for watching. Now, this figure set was exclusive to Walmart. It was part of the multiple Deluxe Vintage Collection figure sets that Walmart offered from The Mandalorian. It unfortunately was the only one to arrive on time. We got it right before Star Wars Celebration, and the others are delayed by 30 to 60 days down the road. I'm super glad this one arrived. I was real excited for the soft goods Ahsoka cape and accessories from Season 2. Let's take a look at the boxing for closer detail. Here we have the front of the packaging. As we can see, this resembles the old deluxe sets that we used to see in Kmart, and Target maybe had a few of them, but I definitely remember Kmart having a bunch of these with, you know, the Ewok battle pack, the AT. They had a lot of stuff with Return of the Jedi with it. It was fabulous. So it's great to see this expansion into the vintage collection again, furthering this with the Mandalorian. Now, the card back does resemble a vintage collection card back. We have the silver piping around the outside, the Star Wars logo at the top with the Mandalorian in the middle looking fabulous. We have the Kenner logo on the bottom reminding us where we came from. And as we see with some vintage collection designs, we have this sun logo with some of the other accessories. So as we see in the front box, we have Ahsoka Tano, and this is her depiction as Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, as seen in The Mandalorian Season 2. We have her there with the soft goods cape, Grogu in hand with his little Force toy he uses, her white lightsaber, and the conifer bird and lantern that we see. Now, we never see the bird actually in live action, but this is a bird we know that's a friend to Ahsoka, and it's been a companion to her throughout her story as we've seen them grow in the Star Wars universe. We have the same image as we saw on the front here on the back. We have a smaller image on the bottom left corner that displays all of the accessories that are seen in the box. As we know, we get the Ahsoka Tano figure as well as the Grogu figure, a unique Grogu figure with his Force hand out. We have the conifer bird, the light, and both of Ahsoka Tano's white-bladed lightsabers. We have the Vintage Collection logo there, a bunch of different legalese, the Hasbro logo in the bottom corner, as well as the Disney logo. Fabulous to see this kind of packaging. We also have some additional images on the side here. I'm going to hold it sideways here. We have Ahsoka reaching out to Grogu with the Force toy. Really neat. And then we have in the back, on the other side, we have Ahsoka Tano taking that famed stance we know her in with her double-bladed lightsabers. So let's open up. Let's see how they package this, because I know we've all been curious about what packaging in the vintage collection could and would look like without plastic. So this is a great example, and let's take a dive in to see. Since this boxing format is new and probably the new norm that we're going to be seeing, we're going to be doing it live here and showing you how it really is. So I've cut the tape, but we're going to jump on in and we're going to take a look at what this looks like. Open up one of the sides. We have some cardboard on the inside. Oh, and that's it. Look at that. That's fabulous. So I'm going to put this aside for a second. We all know, and take a look. This is the entirety of our packaging here. We have a cardboard frame supporting the card back that we got mailed to us. And in that frame, we have Ahsoka, who is a little cardboard belt around herself. She looks fabulous there, as well as a taped-in bag of accessories. So let's see what further we need to do. There's some tape here, or I can kind of Hulk her out. I'd rather not do that, though. But no, I'll just easily tear. Wow. Ahsoka Tano. You look so good. Here we have what's inside the box. We have all the figures and the accessories. This really is a fabulous deluxe set and a great introduction to having these deluxe sets back in the Vintage Collection. As we can see, we get the lovely conifer bird on the lantern, and a raised arms Grogu using the Force figure, which we haven't seen in a while or ever, with these two accessories that we know from the show. For the first time ever in the Vintage Collection, and ever, we get this light side familiar, which is Ahsoka's friend who has seen her rise throughout the series, from Clone Wars onto Rebels and now into The Mandalorian. Take a look at this image. I can think of no better representation of light side symbols than what's right here. I mean, we have Ahsoka with her white-bladed lightsaber holding up a lantern with the familiar of the actual embodiment of the light side on her arm. This is just symbol on top of symbol on top of literal symbol holding up a symbol. What a fabulous image, though. I'm so glad that we finally get all of these characters introduced into live action, but also introduced into the Vintage Collection. Now, this is coming, I know this is season 2, and we're about to be thinking about season 3, so we're kind of catching up with when these figures are debuting, but how fabulous do they all look together. Man, wow. Here we have our little Grogu buddy. Now, his articulation is limited just to his head turning. His arms are stuck up in this nice Force position, but it also is a pretty good hug position for him as a little baby. Nice to see some variation in these Grogu figures. This is about the third or fourth we've seen. And I'll go over, it'll be a good list to go over the different variation of Vintage Collection Grogus we've seen now. But cute addition. Here we have articulation for the Ahsoka figure. And starting from the head on down, we have a nice movable head joint. Her head tails kind of prevent some of her head rotation from getting too exorcisty, but we do have a nice joint which is able to make her nod, make her look down. Really some great articulation there. We do have take two. We do have a nice head joint that allows her to nod, twist her head. Her head tails prevent her from making things go too exorcisty, but nice job on the detail. The face really is a beautiful sculpt, as we can see. We have a nice detailing into her face tattoos right there, as well as the likeness of Rosario Dawson. Very well captured. Now her arms are something special. We have some great butterfly joints finally with the limbs. We do not have wrist joints, but we do have fully twistable hands right there. The wrist joints are lacking because of the armor that she has right here. We have the kind of wrist armor that goes around to make mini gauntlets. The leg articulation, we have this mimicked big padded kind of robe MC Hammer kind of pants here. But on the back, we can see that the joints are separated out back here. So we do have legs that can split and go wide, so she can really take some low stances, as well as knee joints that fold on out and really do offer some great articulation, so we can get some full strides or some really low stances going. Now the feet, we do have some great articulation in the feet. We have toes that are able to point, as well as rocker ankles. Rocker ankles are a special addition to new Vintage Collection figures articulation, but it really does add to some really amazing posability for these figures, and they're a happy addition for collectors to see. Here we have the accessories that come in this deluxe box set, and as we know with this deluxe set, we're getting more than one figure and usually a bunch of accessories. So here we get Ahsoka with her white-bladed lightsabers. I will regrettably say that the blades are not removable and they're not able to be put on her belt. Maybe the carded Vintage Collection figure will have that ability, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We get the lantern right here that we were seeing on the show. We have Grogu with his two Force accessories here, the little rock and the part of the Razor Crest. We have the conifer bird that's sitting, it's able to perch on the lamp, on Ahsoka's arm or any other figure's arm. Pretty easily, most places actually. And then I separated the soft goods cape because that's what's special about this figure also. This is an Ahsoka figure that we're going to be seeing again on its own card back on Corvus very soon. But this is the only way you're going to get the Ahsoka with the soft goods cape, and that is with this deluxe box set. Now, it's fun, it's neat, but a great addition. Has to be one of the huge pros. This is also where you're going to be, only place you're going to be getting the conifer bird, as well as the lantern and the Grogu with his arms out in the Force-sensitive kind of like way. These other rock accessories are only in this pack, so the huge pro has to be just this scene and this memory being bundled into one vintage collection pack that beautifully plays and beautifully looks together in one amazing piece. Cons, starting with cons. Accessibility always has to be one. This is a Walmart exclusive, and as we know with Walmart products, you have to really, really be quick on the pre-order or else they're gone, and they're gone for a good long time. They are normally, when they become readily available and shipped out, there's normally a second pre-order time, but this Ahsoka figure is yet to get it, and this is the first debut of many of these deluxe box sets for Walmart specifically, but now we have the Dark Trooper Hasbro debut, which also looks amazing. So it's an interesting direction for them to go in, but accessibility for these exclusives has to always be a con. I wish everybody could get these, especially our collectors who are overseas or outside the continental US. I certainly would recommend this figure. On the aftermarket, I'm not sure what it's going for right now, but these are being sent out with the sets that we pre-ordered a couple months ago. I'm not sure if this is going to go back up for pre-order at the base price that it was, and I'm also unsure as to what this is going to be looking like on the secondary market currently and in the future. We know that these sets, including fan favorite characters, just really are coveted by collectors and Star Wars fans across the board. Thanks again for watching another episode. As always, I've been Mike. Your likes and your views are always greatly appreciated. Please leave your comments below on what you think of this figure, what you think of Ahsoka finally joining the vintage collection in her Rosario Dawson form as we've seen on screen. Have a great day out there. I hope that you're enjoying summer. I hope that you're spending some time on yourself because you always deserve it. Enjoy your time, enjoy your week. Stay safe, stay sane, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.